A former Celtic legend sends a warning ahead of Thursday's massive Europa League clash. Martin O'Neill's about to join an elite club alongside Ferguson and Guardiola, and we've got major news about a brand new venue coming to Celtic Park. Plus, Liam Scales delivers a big message before the toughest run of fixtures this season, and Darren O'Dea reveals Ange Postecoglou's secret weapon at Celtic. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Andreas Hinkel knows what a European night at Celtic Park feels like from both sides. He was part of the Stuttgart team beaten 3-1 in Glasgow in 2003, a tie Celtic edged 5-4 on aggregate on the way to Seville. Years later, he would pull on the green and white himself. That first leg still sticks with him. Stuttgart had players who had seen it all, yet Paradise left a mark. Now, with the clubs set to meet again on Thursday night, Hinkel expects another tight game. Celtic go into the game after a busy winter window. Loan signings have added options, though rhythm can take time. Stuttgart arrive in decent shape domestically and will look to keep it controlled before the return leg in Germany. For Hinkel, the key is patience. He does not see this being settled in 90 minutes. He told The Celtic Way, "I expect a close game. I don't think the first leg will be decisive. So a high score would surprise me. It could be decided late in the second leg. Celtic strengthened their squad with several loan players in the winter, and they might still lack cohesion, which could be an advantage for Stuttgart. They have had a turbulent season, and there have been a few empty seats at Celtic Park, but when the fans are there, they can play a significant role on the pitch. Any Stuttgart player who was there in 2003 can certainly attest to the sheer power of the atmosphere from all the stands. It was a special game for the whole team. The atmosphere at Celtic Park was unique and unparalleled. Even experienced players like Zvonimir Soldo and Krasimir Balakov, who have played in many big games, told me they had never experienced anything like it. I was still young, but I got caught up in it too. Goosebumps were unavoidable. You couldn't control your body in that atmosphere. Anyone who remembers that run to Seville will understand what Hinkel means. Stuttgart were a strong side back then, and this current team carry their own threat. Over two legs, it will come down to who handles the midfield battle and who switches off the least at the back. Celtic have made a habit of finding late goals in recent weeks. That can lift a stadium. In Europe, though, you cannot rely on chaos. There will be spells where Stuttgart keep the ball and Celtic have to stay patient and hold their shape. The first 20 minutes will matter, so will the last 10. A loose pass or a mistake at a set piece can swing a tie like this. Now for the main story, as plans for a new events venue besides Celtic Park are back on the table, and this time there is movement behind them. Supporters who walk down London Road on match day will know the patch of empty ground at the corner of Dalriada Street. That space could soon change. The proposal is for a 940 capacity music and events venue on the land next to the stadium. It has been sitting in the system for a while. Planning was first granted years ago for a smaller 700-person site, but fresh drawings pushed that number up. Since then, delays around COVID and access issues slowed it down. Now the developers have secured more time on the alcohol license, which was close to running out. That matters. Without it, the project would have had to start again. Instead, they have been given a 30-month extension, with suggestions work could begin within a year. The company behind it told Glasgow Live £3.5 million will go into the build. It would host live music, weddings, corporate dinners and food events. There would also be yard space for street food stalls. The pitch is clear. Bring life to the area beyond the 90 minutes inside Celtic Park. For Celtic fans, the key point is what this means for Parkhead on non-match days. The East End has seen change since the Commonwealth Games, yet parts around the stadium still sit quiet through the week. A venue of this size would not rival the Hydro. That is not the aim. The idea is something closer to SWG3 in the West End, smaller shows, club nights, community events, a place people travel to even when Celtic are away from home. It is not a club project, but its location ties it to Celtic in the minds of supporters. More footfall around the ground brings trade to local businesses and keeps the area active. Nothing is built yet. Planning still needs to move forward and ground has to be broken. But after years of drift, there is at least a pulse behind it again. In other news, Martin O'Neill will join the LMA Hall of Fame 1000 club when Celtic face Stuttgart on Thursday night in the Europa League. That game will mark his 1000th match as a manager. In a job where time is short and patience even shorter, that number tells its own story. Managers come and go, squads are rebuilt. To reach 1,000 games means you have found a way to survive and win across different eras. Celtic supporters know what O'Neill brought to the club. League titles were delivered with strong, aggressive sides. Cups followed. The run to the UEFA Cup final in 2003 remains one of the club's modern high points in Europe. He did not arrive at that level overnight. O'Neill started at Wycombe and worked his way up. At Leicester, he won promotion and lifted 2 League Cups, taking them into Europe. His teams were always organised and hard to play against. Now he reaches this milestone back at Celtic on a European night under the lights. It feels fitting. His career has been built on big games and high demands, and Thursday adds another chapter to that long record. Sir Alex Ferguson said to the LMA, "Many congratulations on joining the LMA Hall of Fame 1000 Club, Martin, and on a career that combines hard work, success, and longevity. I always enjoyed competing against you and your teams, who undoubtedly gave everything for you and embodied your personality and commitment. Your dedication, from beginning your career in non-league, climbing the ranks to win silverware in the Premier League and Scottish Premiership, and manage regularly in European club football, as well as on the international stage, is a legacy to be very proud of. I am not surprised to see that your enthusiasm for leadership and management continues to shine through today as Celtic manager. His teams have always carried a bit of his personality. They compete. They dig in when it gets tight. They do not fold easily. That edge has followed him from Wycombe to Leicester, from Celtic to Villa and beyond. It was not built in one spell. It came season by season. Promotions, cup wins, European runs. He kept going and kept finding a way to get results. The Hall of Fame honour recognises that work. It places him in a group that includes names like Sir Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger, Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, and Carlo Ancelotti, managers who lasted and delivered. In other news, Liam Scales can see what is coming for Celtic over the next 10 days. It begins in Germany against Stuttgart and then moves straight to Ibrox, Pittodrie, and another cup tie on the road. 4 away matches back to back, no break to reset. The league table is tight and Celtic are 3 points behind Hearts with a game in hand. Rangers are up there as well. There is no room for slow starts, especially with 2 visits to Ibrox inside a week. Results away from home have shaped this season. Celtic have leaned on late goals and strong second halves more than once. That is risky in places like Stuttgart or Ibrox. Fall behind early and the whole stadium feels on top of you. Scales will have a big role in all of it. Stuttgart stretch the pitch and attack with speed. Rangers load the box and challenge you in the air. Aberdeen at Pittodrie turn it into a scrap. Every ground brings a different test. He told the Celtic Way, "It's always frantic up here. There are always games coming up. It's just going to be a challenge that we're really looking forward to because we're going to get an idea of where we are as a team this next round of games, which is brilliant. We want to just do as well as we can, so we're looking forward to it. I think it is unfortunate to play away from home 4 times in a row, but at the same time, you have to play these games, and we're just going to take them one game at a time because you can't be looking at the 4 as a sort of a package. It needs to just be one game at a time, and that's how we'll manage that. The message sounds simple, but it matters. If Celtic start thinking about the next game before finishing the one in front of them, they will slip up. Focus has to stay tight." That's all the latest Celtic news for today. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one. Hail, hail.